No more one Omani. Greetings, Grandmaster. I'm you live from Mombasa, Kenya. I'm here with my other half.
Morning. I'm Evalyne Amoni, and you are most welcome during the show time.
I used to be nervous like that when I first started on TV, but after a while, you just get to these guys. Young 10 again. Very good to see you, man. Today's topic is trying to avoid the trap of caring too much about what people think about us. This is a real mental situation, and it affects each person differently. Some of us, it's actually a driving force that we really may or may not realize that makes us go through day to day. But especially in the area of becoming an African, definitely you have to contend with uh, what people will think about you. So, have you ever had? Do you care much about what people think about you?
No, actually, I don't care what people think about me. Because after all, nobody will think about you positively. And if a person thinks about you positively, then that person may be caring. But most people, they don't think good or positive about your deeds. Maybe later on, if you die, it's when they say that you are good. But as long as you're living, they don't see the goodness in you.
So, what about in business? Do you care about your competitors, or are you watching them, or you just say like, for them, that's them. I won't care what they think.
When it comes to business, I have to check on who is who and who is giving me competition, who is defaming my business, or who is trying to pin me down. With business, when somebody destroy the reputation, then that can take a legal action. But when it comes to personal being, then that one, it's okay. Somebody say what you want, that's okay.
Yeah. As I've gotten older, I've come to shed a lot of the uh, stigmas that I used to have uh, about what people think about me. When we're young, of course, you want your parents and to think good about you. When you're out in the streets with your homeboys, you want them to, what they think about you is very important because you know, if they think you're weak, you're gonna have a little stress. You're gonna have a lot of stress. You'll be walking and you'll be being put in headlocks, and then they'll be talking about you more than they talk about other people. So you have to like defend yourself, and you quickly come to realize that you care about what this person or that person, how this person or that person perceives you, and so we get that in our mind that we're on a mission to make sure that they know me as know you as a certain way. Now, when it comes down to moving to Africa, definitely 99% of the people that you all dealt with, including all family members, are going to realize there's a big change. And I say, like in my case, like 80%, 90% had nothing to say. They didn't react. They didn't get I didn't get no phone calls. What are you doing? And it just like life just went on. It's just like you made a change and nobody really cared. But there are like my dad. When I changed my name, I really was like, is this man gonna click to the switch, or is he gonna tell me I'm never going to call you by that name? Or, I really was wrestling with, what he thought. And I went down to the trucking company, sat down with him in the office, and looked across to him, told him. He looked over and just said, "Okay, that's you." And he never really called me by my, my Amon Ra, but he really didn't call me by my other name either. He was just, "You boy, you come here." So I had come to realize that he never really called me by my name any which way coming up. So my caring so much about what he thought was really unfounded. And a lot of these things that we think about what people care about is really unfounded. And Stephen Scott said, "I have a beautiful wife."
Thank you, Scott.
You watching that guy? Hey, I'm watching. Hey, Scott, watch out. But yeah, so when we're coming into talking about I'm not a Black American, I'm an African, uh, definitely we have to deal with the consequences of what somebody that's important in your life is going to say about it. Now, your best friend, I told my best friend, and he could care less. He was in his own world anyway. We were not that close. We were close as, grew up together as children. We were best friends as children, so we kept the title, but even though our lives had separated for many years. But he didn't switch. He switched over to the name, no problem. And, he didn't ask me no questions about, why you being changing your name and be Black kind enough. None of those kind of conversations ever really came up. In fact, when I became Black conscious, I was at a loss because I had so much in me that I wanted to express and talk to people about. It seems like their whole mission was to not allow me to talk about it. So if I come around, it's like how's the weather, how's this, that, but they don't want to say, I mean, now what is this thing you're doing? Nothing. So the way I had dealt with it was like, okay, fine, let them be like that, I'll be like that, And I didn't really ever get a chance to sit down with somebody in my immediate family and discuss it. And it seems like I was a black sheep of the family, being the last born in my generation and the oldest in the next generation. So I was like caught up in the middle. And good morning. Oh, you guys are gonna force me to get my glasses out. So yes, I have Eva here. Finally, I don't know finally, but we have shows. She's there. So she's a real person. So when we talk about that paper, when we talk about supporting the channel, as you can see here, and you put this name, that's this beautiful lady here.
Yes. Those are my names.
Mm-hmm.
So it's giving you a problem pronouncing. You come down here, I'll help you to
now,
pronounce my name.
How do you pronounce these three names? Just say them clearly so in the Kenyan voice so they can.
Evalyne, Awuor, Amoni.
Now, some of you guys don't feel bad because even me, I'd be like, Eva.
That is the easiest way.
Yeah, so she's got to go to work. And I don't know if I'm supposed to release her or you want to stay or you got to go.
I got to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish up with the crew here and then I'll be off to the lab myself. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Huh? You got food? Money? Love life? Everything okay? Huh? Look at that smile. You see? Okay. Yeah. But this is for some of you guys that are going to be seeing this for the first time new, this is Eva, my other half. We have 3 beautiful children, and we're just living here in Mombasa, following the normal flow of things. And you know, peace of mind is there, and that's it. I don't have to worry about all the craziness that's out there, and we don't have to worry about it. So yeah. So Zena gonna get her diary today?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh wow. See, thank you. All right, take her out there. You supported the channel just now. I appreciate that. Now you see there, he was looking at that and she's like, "Oh, how? Oh, someone else." Okay, thank you.
Okay, I like laughing. So I'm very appreciative, and I'll always be there for the next shows. But today morning I have to go to work. I have a client in the next 30 minutes. You people are welcome to the show. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, another thing about Kenyans is they're not, affectionate like, nah, they don't do like that. I sometimes feel the need to go and hug and kiss, but if I never did it, they wouldn't even be a part of it. That's just television that really brings that out there. Mr. Private Bean, how are you, man? So the topic we're talking about is caring too much about what people think. In fact, that even slow us down from deciding to say that I'm African and I'm not, Black American. I'm not Black American. And then a lot of that hesitation can be because somewhere in your mind, someone that you care so much about what they think make you feel like I can't do that because otherwise, Now dealing with the job is a very tricky thing, and I'd be like, "Fuck that job," you know what I mean? So they want me to be like this. Then when I go into the job, I'm like that, But when I come out, I'm like this, So in fact, I wouldn't even bring anything about my personal life up at the job. I work in corporate America, firing people, setting people up to be fired. I was in the office and damn, they put this device on this guy's desk that somebody was looking for. And it was late at night. I'm looking at the thing and I'm like, somebody put this thing on this guy's desk. Now, when the guy come in the morning, sure enough, in the morning, you're hearing this guy in one of the office with the managers, the directors, and he's arguing, I have nothing to do with it. I'm like, God damn. But, on the job, you always got to be watching out and caring what people think. But I don't have to add on to it that, I'm not a Black American. But they want, I go to the job, I'm Black American. What's up, man? Hey, And when I get off job, shit, Malcolm X all the way. So, who are they? That's just a stepping point in my life. Hey, can you turn that music down off while I'm doing the show? Thank you. So, we don't, I wouldn't talk about job. That's just jokes. What the hell they need to know nothing about me in my personal life on job. When I get fired from the job or I quit the job, ain't none of these people gonna be my friends. So what the hell am I caring about what they think? No way. They be, what do you think about Malcolm X? I'm like, who's Malcolm X? I'd be playing the game. What? I never heard of him. So yeah, we have to watch out for that. And African mental health. Yeah, there are certain areas in your life, your health, your family, your job. I got a list of them, and I keep monitoring them. And I know for sure that when it comes to family, basically, if I can keep her happy, then everything else just on that side of the family, she just resonates that happiness down to the kids, and then everybody's okay. But health wise, yeah, I'm a lot better now. Got my spinach last night. I was sweating like hell, and I just feel a lot better. But I still got to do some now press ups, and back, and then get my power back, and then I'm planning on making myself stronger, even stronger than I was before. So let's stay tuned for that. I might do a show on physical fitness and following the program. And I don't want you guys to look at me as fortunate. Okay, you say, okay, that guy's got it going on. That guy's great. No, I have failed this shit 4 times till I got it right. And I try to give you what happened to me so that hopefully you don't have to go through 4 failures before you get it right here. You know what I mean? And one of those is make sure that the woman that you pick has a strong family background. If his father is like the resident director of the area of the wherever he stays, like wherever they have functions in that area, Kasumu, his house is where everybody functions comes. He's a very big man, and I gotta be very watch out with him. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, when there's an issue, the family will be there to support us, and I try not to never let it get like that. And so far, I haven't had any serious issue where we needed help like that. But yeah, I don't really want you. I just want to say this is my life, but this is also the life you can get if you're 25 or 35 and you had a relationship that failed, whether you're male or whether you're female. You can start again. You know what I mean? If I can go forward relationships, and I don't mean like, oh, I had a girlfriend. No, it was like we was living together, got pregnant, had babies, started a family, pregnant again, got another baby, and then the relationship failed. Damn. You go to another one, here's another one, you're slow, but you're sure. You figure, you make sure that person ain't like the other person, then then you're living together, and next thing you know, poof, pregnant. Then there you go to the hospital, had a baby, boom, and then poof, the relationship breaks up. I mean, how did that? What happened? Did you do something? No, I'm not no womanizer. I ain't no one to go looking. I want a family. I'm not the one that run around here with prostitutes and looking at all of the hot women. I already went through that, a long time ago. So it doesn't impress me to be trying to start a family and then I'm out here running around looking at these women who are going to be asking me for more money, But you'll see. And I never want you to think that it's too late. You know what I mean? And you care about what people think, and I'm trying to tell you that shoot, at some point you can be just like, F it. You know what I mean? Drop everything. I'm just out. I don't care what they think. You get down to that point, and you just feel that freedom. You feel the freedom now. That is what real freedom is. They come telling you, oh, freedom, 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 but your ass is in the U.S. still. After that beautiful 400 years, I want my freedom. And then you get freedom, and then here you are on Pennsylvania Avenue, walking around, waiting for the police to say, what you doing here, nigga? You talk about I'm free. No, you ain't free until you out. You don't understand freedom until you out. We care too much about what people think, and we're looking at the capitalistic system. So we got the new Air Jordans. So you're walking around the new Air Jordan, flapping around, flap, 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 flap. People looking at your feet. Oh, new Air Jordan. Yeah, man. Yeah. What the hell? Wow. And then, You go up to a chick and you're talking to her. You stick out your legs. I got the new latest Air Jordans. Damn, I want to sleep with you. And then, you know, what you gonna do? Had to keep on buying new Air Jordans to keep the chick. You know what I mean? Because she's impressed about your rusty, crusty ass feet. Got some nice shoes on. You know, and we start to live our life trying to portray ourselves as something that we really are not, or that we have to struggle to maintain a persona. And you gotta catch yourself, man. Cause in reality, nobody really cares past 2 minutes. You know? Some of us are holding on to, I got this issue with my baby's mama. I got the child support, I'm locked down. You know? And can't go because, I got my baby girl to watch over, and she needs her daddy, even though I don't live with the mom. What's that? If she don't live with you, you don't control her, and you just paying out money to the government so they can laugh at your ass and say, we're taking your money, and somebody else is raising your kid. We taking your money and not allowing you to raise your kid. If you don't believe me, your kid is going to school at the school the mom has chosen. Okay, even if you're together with the mom, usually the mom might be the one to choose the school and everything. But you go down there to that school, talk to your kid's teacher, and she got this problem, that problem, and you say, okay, I'm gonna help her on this problem she's having. Let's say in math, she's having a problem with addition. I'm gonna work with her every day and drilling her on the math. She said, okay, good, that'll be helpful. Now you go take your kid back home to the mom where she stay. You don't stay there. And the kid don't know nothing because she ain't seeing you every day. She know you ain't in charge. So you go take her to the mom. You go to your mom. Okay, mom, teacher said this and that, and I told her I'd come out and do the math, train her, drill her on math every day. So can I come on? Now you got to beg. Can I come on and at around 6 and just sit with her for about 30, 40 minutes and train her? Yeah. So the mom is, she got the other baby, and you talking this one, and then she may reluctantly agree. But when you try to make that schedule, maybe you breaking your neck after job to go there, the kid ain't available. Outside playing somewhere, wherever, whatever. And the mom know you're supposed to be coming to do that. So you get kind of frustrated because you're not getting no support on your idea of helping your child. It's every day in America. And you wonder why you got these guys saying, fuck it, I don't give a shit, man. Let me pay my money. I don't have to talk to the woman. And that's her kid now. You know what I mean? And it's true. But you sit up here talking about, I got to stay in America because I got a kid. You ain't got no goddamn kid if that kid ain't raised by you. Wake up. You're paying all that money, and when the kid get 18, he ain't going to have nothing to say to you. He ain't going to be like, okay, Dad, I want to embrace you. Let me go wherever you go. You tell me what to do, I'll go. He coming to you telling you, hey, man, I'm going to do my thing over here. I don't know about your job type of thing, You tell him you got a job over there, a job for him, and he's like, I ain't never going close to nothing that you're doing. And then you feel like the sucker that you really are. The government has played you. The whole situation. You're just sitting outside pretending to be a dad only because you're paying money. None of that shit is in Africa. Come and see. You got failed relationships here. You got children from the failed relationships. That shit works itself out. That shit works itself out. Me, I'm here. All my kids can come see me, but if the mom don't want that, if the mom has found another guy that's willing to take over the responsibility for her kids and her, then so that's just the life. You know, I can't go there fighting for my kids that the mom don't like me. If the mom and I don't get along, it ain't no way that shit gonna work with talking about be there for the kids. Ain't no way. That's just pain and suffering for no reason. Get with you another woman that is gonna be on your side. you you spend your money at the thrift store. Never bought a pair of Air Jordan. Well, you're in good company because I never bought a pair of Air Jordans either. But that's a that is the reality that a lot of us face. And then again, I want to point out what I talked a little bit more on what I talked about in the last show. What does it mean to be an African? You know, when I say you're not a Black American, you're an African, and you have that stigma, and that has that stigma and connotations to it also. But these are artificially put out there to make you think that there's some sort of negative connotation behind being an African. Nothing better than for you to say I'm an African. It erases all the history that they lied about, all of the things that they tortured us about, and puts us right back to when the first ancestor stepped his foot on American soil in chains. He was an African with a homeland, probably with wife and kids, language, culture, beautiful land, wonderful food, wonderful beaches. And he was stolen and brought to that ice box, told to work under horrible conditions that the white man could never do. But before he could make us do all of that, he had to make sure that we were conditioned not to be an African. And he was like, you're no longer an African. But now you can look right in his eye and say, oh, yes, I am. African has a powerful connotation to it. It means so much. It doesn't connect you to slavery. It connects you to a full continent. And as a Black American, you're in a beautiful position that you can go to any African country right now, and they're going to say, welcome home, brother. And you can be accepted. And they would want to accept you as part of their country. So life is good. But let's flip it over now. You know, let's say you're Black American. Where are you today? You're in a country that is on the brink of recession. You're in a country that the disparity of wealth is so great and damn near devastating that you see yourself in two different worlds. There's a world you can drive down in an area and you see these beautiful homes and estates, and you never see nobody outside walking around one of these houses. I don't understand that either, but you can't live there, you know. And then there's the other areas where you go and you start seeing some Mexicans. You see like 2 or 3 Blacks, and you get all giddy. Okay, there's some people. Our people are here now. I can come here. You know. How about where everybody Black? Ain't no white person. Ain't no Mexican. How about that? What's wrong with that? You running around there and you a straight minority 2 times over. Everybody looking at you sideways as a Black man because being a Black American male has long and strong connotations. And you're halfway running around all day like, I'm not a deadbeat dad. I'm not the one. Oh, you see, I pay my bills. Oh, you see, I got a job. You know, you caring what people think, caring too much about what people think because they put a stigma that you can't defeat any way you look at it. Any way you look at it, you could be the most honest guy I've ever seen in the world. And it only take one white person or one Mexican or one black person to come up to you and be like, that guy's a deadbeat dad. Oh, you just like, man, now you gotta go stand up on the rooftop. I'm not a black, I'm good. I'm not like those guys, and who are you impressing? You care too much about what people think. They don't give a shit. But if you pack your bag and come to Africa, all of that just lifts away from you. How much your family members care about you, you move to Africa and see how many times they call you. Or if they ask you any questions. Now you know, then you know. You want to get filtered out and see who really care about you? You move to Africa and then see who call you, who miss you. You're going to be thoroughly surprised. Not many people care because America runs in a capitalist society. Everybody want to try to get over on everybody. Too many black people out there faking rich when they really poor. And that shit coming to an end. That shit's coming to an end. Trying to have the latest designer show you at the you at the store going through all of the nice shirts. In your mind, you're looking like, if I wear this one, everybody would be like, wow. Oh, so had this shirt. I know I probably buy that, but and then you finally you look around like, oh, red, bright red with yellow strings on the strap. Wow, if I wear this, I'll be noticed. And then if you got a wealth disparity 8 to 247, buy all the nice clean shirts you want. At the end of the day, you're only dealing with the people that's at that level because the upper group won't deal with you. If you're gonna live on credit, you can live on credit in Kenya. Shit, damn. Get you a couple of good, strong credit cards, max them out, then keep on living. Remember, when you leave the U.S. and go to an African country, you're no longer paying bills in the U.S. No petrol for your car. You sell your car. No, you sell your refrigerator, your stove, your furniture, and everything. So there's nothing that you're spending in the U.S. So your bills remain basically the same. So what you owe freezes. It doesn't get compounded daily on food and everything here. When you're over in Africa, the food bill is like less than half of what you would be paying in the U.S. Transport, maybe you're paying a lot of money on petrol. Now you find the transportation system is going to be like everybody is chauffeuring you where you want to go. You'd be looking at first, you'd be looking like, this is crazy. I'm putting me in here with all these strange people, Nobody care about that. I don't even look at the people next to me. I just see my seat, sit in my seat, go to my destination, tell the guy to open the door, he open the door, I get out. So sweet, so perfect. It's been like that for decades. The transportation system is just wonderful. I ain't got to drive. I ain't got to get no car insurance. I ain't got to worry about red lights in the background anymore. Put me over. I ain't got to worry about no tickets. I ain't got to worry about no new tires. I don't have to worry about no water pump problem. Yeah. You're just sitting back and you come to realize, like, I'm going to go to work every day. I'm going to pay this guy 30 shillings, 3 cents. He's going to take me to town. I mean, not 5 cents. And he'll take me to town. I come home, another 5 cents. Drop me exactly where they picked me. See? I go into my house and then, my rent is about $90 or $100, or if you really want to be really, really rich, $200 a month for like 2 bedroom. But if you got, uh, Social Security money or pension money, then you can live for $300 a month and be, living like a king. So it's never too late. And I say, stop worrying about what people think about you. A lot of that shit is just overrated for nothing. You've been going years trying to impress somebody who don't give a shit about what you're doing. Or they may already know that you're trying to impress them, and they done already prepared their response. So when you come like, ta-da, they be like, oh, man, so what? They knew you was going to buy a new car. You come with a new car. Well, let's go to the liquor store, man. Let's drive over to the liquor store. No, man, I'd rather walk. Fuck. So there you are with your new car, and gas is $3 a gallon, and you riding around in the hood, no place to go, just burning petrol, spending money. Maybe you now go do a drive-in, you buy a hamburger or whatever, chicken, whatever, and then you're spending more money. That's the life in America. You eat, get overweight, and that's the life. We moved away from family. I know it's a touchy subject, but we moved away from family. So we don't have the opportunity to see. I give birth to a kid grow from nothing, can't walk, to now, in school, asking me complicated questions. Wow, that's what life is all about. But America is anti-family. America is anti-family. So we never get what we want. We just be like, go to the job and they pay me and I go home. I come back at 2:00 in the morning for the next job. And then they ain't give a shit about if you got kids or not. Nobody puts that into the perspective. So you miss out on really what the natural order of things. Why we here. Nothing like having a family to make you perk up and do the hustle. You know what I mean? Nothing moves you more than if you got a family. Now you're really doing the hustle. You're really looking for that way to make that cash. So that's what I wanted to come on here today. Some of you guys are watching this at a later time, and I want to appreciate you guys for listening to it, but please take heed of what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Think about it. Each one of you as an individual, who do we think? Get into your mind and say, who really controls me so much that I care about what they think? You know what I mean? You might have to make a phone call. You might have to make a visit to them, and then, hey man, what you think about me? I mean, seriously, and they looking at you like, what you mean, man? Because the American thing is, never talk like that. And then they try to struggle out and see what you're talking about. You say, I'm talking about this African thing. What do you think about me talking about Africa? You say, oh man, I think that's so much bullshit. What the fuck you gonna go to Africa for? He ain't thought about, looked at the situation. Everything we want, we got right here. Everything we need in America, we got right here. They don't have those kind of things in Africa. He's wrong. The Africans there, they got too many problems. They have a lot of fighting between the tribes. He's wrong. There's no longer, we have most peace in the last 2 decades in Africa than ever before. Africans don't like us. He's wrong. Africans love us. They know our situation somehow better than we do. you know. But we some come here don't understand that. Some of those black folks coming into African coming into Kenya, tell them, they stand straight up. I'm an American, thinking they gonna get all kind of dibs and credit. You better be fucking careful talking about you an American while Trump's mouth is around there talking about shithole country and shit like that. People get pissed off. We're all around the world. So that stigma of I'm an American, that thing might just turn on you. Best to get here and say I'm an African. I've been lost. Can you help me find myself? And what's Africa gonna say and do? I'm gonna help you. No problem, my brother. What you need? I need to get a nice room, 2-bedroom house. I take you. You walk you around, show you something. You find one. Wow, this is nice. Get the agent, pay the money, get the key. It's yours. Very simple. Maybe they don't even give you a contract to sign, because it's like that in Africa. It's not like America. So if you like what we've been talking about here, remember again, support the channel. Here's my beautiful wife's name. Make sure you put these 3 names exactly the same. Now, warremit.com, they're very touchy when it comes to starting off. You know what I mean? When you first sign up with them, they want a picture of your photo of your ID. You got to take a photo of your ID with your phone and then send them and all of that. But once that's done, then very easy to send money. It's on a whim like that. Again, thanks for Duran Tate for supporting this show. And we really appreciate that. People like him. If we had 5 more like Duran Tate, we could really go far with the show. But we keep it real here. It's not that kind of popular show where we can talk about things that are just going to be, nonsensical. We can't be over here talking about what Trump said. That's just what the hell. It don't never affect you one way or the other. So those guys of you that are seeing this show later after the live broadcast is over, you guys always sneak away. But come on, give us appreciation. You know what I mean? Now that the show is not live, you got even more time to support the channel. I want you guys to do that. You know what I mean? So that we can continue. And I think this topic is a very, very important one. I hope you guys do some soul searching on your own and, get rid of that stigma of Africa means something negative. Africa is on the move. It's growing. You can't help but if you get your kids here to Africa, you'll be doing a great thing. They'll be having friends that are not drug addicts. They'll be having all their friends will be black, and they'll have a lot of support, and their safety is goes up 20, 30, 40%. Because they're in a country where there's no guns, the police are deadly serious about no drugs, and but they maintain the peace, So if you can't make this, if you sit on the couch and can't get up and think about your children, every day they go out the goddamn door. I know half of you guys is feeling ready to have a heart attack. Every time your phone rings, you want, oh shit, this is damn, that strange number. Oh fuck, hello, is this Mrs. Johnson? Yes, this is Mrs. Johnson. Do you have a son named Daniel? I just want to be like, you want to be like, I ain't got no son, Daniel. Don't give me no fucking bad news. I'm hanging up. Yeah. Yes, Daniel's my son. Okay, well, this is the 33rd precinct. He's down here at the jailhouse right now. He's been arrested on resisting arrest. Damn. Here you go. He trapped in the system. Mom, I didn't do it. He was harassing me. Like, damn. But your ass ain't gonna get on social media and talk about that. And then you waiting for somebody else to have the same fucking problem. That's the problem. How do you support? This is how you support in this channel. We don't do the super chat because we don't have that in Africa, and we don't do all of those other things. because the money remains in the United States. But when you send through this method, the money goes out of the United States directly into Africa. Like the Red Tape has supported the channel, that money is here in Africa where it's going to work. And this is what they don't like. So I don't know how long it's going to last when we do this way, because they watch every nickel. They serious on nickel watching when it comes to doing things, taking money out of the U.S. But if you hate the U.S., if you've been stifled by the U.S., they've done you wrong. One of the things that you can do besides leave is to take your money outside. You know what I mean? But you stick it over here in Super Chat, YouTube take 30% off the top. Patreon, they worry you out by it, you know. They send these guys money and, you know, it's just like, you know, they get almost less than 60% of that money. You know? Plus the tax man gets a handle on everything they do. I mean, they are beating the elderly to death in New York. Imagine, you know, imagine if you're an elderly. There are some of you guys know some I don't know why this thing is like that in the morning. Some of you know or have a relative that is 60 years old and on Social Security. Some of you 35, 40-year-olds, you know somebody on Social Security, and they're living in like a little run room, dirty room. No one really to take care of them. They're just waiting to be too old to move around. Now, you can make this your mission to come sit with them. Take your time, not the first day, not the second day, not the third day, not the fourth day, but make your mission to sit with them and say, listen, you can have a better, cleaner life. Be someone there to take care of you in Africa. You know, if it's your relative, then you know how to talk to them, make them kind of see. And then they're, you know, and they're at their age, they'll be saying something like, I don't know what's gonna happen to my furniture, you know, something like that. But you get them to come here where they can get fresh air, no winter months. The amount of money that they have, they can hire someone to take care of them 24/7. You know, they can be around other seniors and they can be treated with total respect. You know, I just go to the Nissan and then the guy is like, blah, here, sit. You know, they open up the door and they show me like 3-4 seats. You know, they don't do that for everybody, but when they see an older person, you know, they jump up and show, well, you can sit here, you can sit there, you know, come on, you know. And it's wonderful. If I walk down the road and fell on the ground, I ain't gonna be on the ground more than like, you know, a minute before people stand to take care of me. You know, if I go down to my main junction and just like fall and lay down on the ground, I'm gonna be hearing people say that's Amara, or that's the karate guy, or you know that's the guy from the computer school, you know, and I wouldn't even take a minute because I walk around all day long with thousands of people running around in this junction and nobody talking to me, nobody looking and caring at me, but let me fall down. Oh, everybody said they know him. I've been around a long time. You know, that's my area. You know, but ain't nobody looking at me in stigma. Oh, you know, that guy is a foreigner. Nothing like that. I'm accepted. You know, MZ, you know, can I help you? What do you need? You know, it's like that. Wonderful. As opposed to being an elderly in the United States, there's too many pictures that they putting up talking about showing an old person standing up with two bags and young guy sitting there with his earphones, sitting in the seat, not thinking about giving him the chair. Imagine they could live about that. Remember what they did to Dr. Yusuf bin Yakinen before he died. He'd walk in. He'd been living in New York all them many years. Got the same apartment for all them many years. He'd walk into the apartment and they beat the shit out of him. I don't know if they robbed him or what. All his life was designed to kind of give us the truth. And then Yusuf bin Yakin gets beaten up because people don't give a shit about old people. Yusuf bin Yakin, Dr. beaten. Meters from his home, his apartment. He was too old to do lectures. He didn't have no support. No young people came up and said, let me pick up the reins for you, sir, educate me, mentor me. Nobody did all of that. They're too busy watching all of the busy ass video games, took their attention away from the things that are really going to make us a great people. It's so sad. Now, at the end of the day, Dr. Ben had all these books, and then he gave them to the Nation of Islam, which promptly threw that shit in the bonfire somewhere, I'm sure. Because their mandate is nothing like what he's talking about Africa, and the Nation of Islam is not talking about Africa in one way or the other. So when it came down to he had to do something with those books and he gave it to the nation, that was just a bad move. Just desperate. His protege, his protege, Ashraf Kwesi, who learned so much from Dr. Ben, traveled with Dr. Ben. So many people who traveled with Dr. Ben made their career off of Dr. Ben, traveling with Dr. Ben. But then when it came time to support him and take care of him, he didn't get half of what he deserved. He didn't get half of it. So you got to be walking down the street with a cane and somebody mug your ass. Damn. But that's the life in the United States. We hear it, we read it, but it's not me. It didn't happen to me. But when it happens to you, you can't believe it. Like you didn't see it on TV 50 different times. The elderly are taking martial arts because it's an epidemic. It ain't gonna really work. If you ain't got no talent, by the time you in your 40s, you be thinking you can attack somebody. What kind of martial art are they gonna teach him? It's not even a martial art. It's got to be self-defense. And then you're just gonna piss the robber off, make him more mad. What you do, rather than take all them goddamn classes, is that you label yourself an African. You take all your shit and move out. So when they go running around looking for somebody to beat up, old person to beat up, you ain't there. You see? Let them guys working around here. Where all the old people at? Damn, I gotta get some money. Damn, where the hell are they at? He's some the guy like, man, I saw like 10 of them at the airport giving a finger and they're going back to Africa. What? Let's go near the airport to catch some of them before they get on the plane. Damn. $1.50. Damn. Okay, well, we beyond all of what they did and what they did to us. There's too many shows that's out there that's like, look what they did to us. We can do that all day long, all day song. But now we have here an opportunity of this group that has its own website. Let me see. I'm not even on the line. I'm seeing, say something. I'm typing. Okay. And we have our own website, and Jewelry. It's simply about information about modern Africa. For modern Africa.com. And we also have the the Kenyan exploratory trip. Okay, well, this line is acting up. I think we're going to call it a day. But this channel is action orientated, and I know that scares a lot of people. But please stay tuned, get some good information, and support the channel. For those who are. So you seen Evalyne was on here today. She's always busy, so you see what thinking like I don't want to show her, but she's always on the go. So this is Amin Ra coming to you live from Mombasa, Kenya. Hazy sunshine today. Yesterday it was hot, but I was under the fan, so I was kind of good. I stepped outside and I'm like, woo! I ran back in and sat down next to the fan, ceiling fan.